Last year, my screen time reports genuinely embarrassed me. I spent way too much time doom scrolling. Nowadays, I'm looking for technology which can help me to actually relax and to be more present. The first device which I've found to help me relax has been my turntable. What I like about turntables is that they give a really different music listening experience. For example, if you want to get your favorite album on it, you have to go to a physical store and find the album, and then you get the record and you have to take it out of its sleeve, place it onto the record platter, and then you have to turn on the turntable and then place the needle onto the record, all before you hear any sound. And this creates a real ritualistic listening experience, and it feels oddly calming. What I like about listening to music on turntables is that they offer a little bit of a different experience. This is because it's harder to skip between songs and albums, and they offer a little bit of a crackle and a real physicality to the music. This just makes me appreciate the music I listen to a lot more. Some of my favorite albums I've listened to with my turntable include the Beatles' Abbey Road, Stevie Wonder's Songs in the Key of Life, and Billy Joel's The Stranger. For me, I love how I can select my albums and the atmosphere which the music gives. In terms of which turntable I'm personally using, I'm using the Audio-Technica LP70X. One of my favorite pieces of tech for relaxing are the Fitnexa Somnipods 3, which they kindly sent over to me. I'm a sensitive sleeper and I struggle with sleeping in loud environments, and the Somnipods are a game changer for improving my sleep. Taking a look at what's in the box, they come with the charging case, the earbuds, a charging cable, and a vast assortment of ear tips to help you get a comfortable fit. The build quality of these earbuds feels great, and as you can see, they have a low profile and flat design, which makes it comfortable for side sleepers. Probably my favorite feature of these earbuds is their comfort. They are pretty comfortable for me as a side sleeper, and I haven't had too many problems with that. One of my favorite features of these earbuds is their comfort. They're really comfortable to sleep with, and also the active noise cancellation of these earbuds is pretty good. They block out the vast majority of sounds, and a couple of nights ago it was raining really loudly and I put the earbuds in and I couldn't even hear the rain. Somnipods also come with various other features. For example, they have a great app where you can play calming sounds to help you to relax before you sleep, in addition to supporting Bluetooth, so you can play your normal music or audiobooks before bed. One of my favorite features of these earbuds is their sleep tracking, which enables you to ensure that you sleep consistently. So if you struggle with sleeping in loud environments, I'd strongly recommend checking the Somnipods out. I have a link in the description. Some other devices I've been using to relax more have been my Eink devices. So for me personally, I use the Eink phone and 2 Eink tablets, and what I like about them is that they're very much single-use devices. On them I can only really read books, do basic tasks, and write using them. And with this, there's no feed, no algorithm, and no doom scrolling, so I'm a lot more able to focus on what I'm actually doing, and I can relax. Since getting my Eink devices, I found that I've been able to read a lot more, because I always have a device which I'm able to read on, and it's just so much more convenient. A device which I've had for a long time that I've been using more recently has been my camera. I think photography is a great way of relaxing, and it's not just a way of taking photos, but it's a way of seeing. Photography really forces you to go outside and capture the beauty of the world around you. And you don't really need expensive camera gear. I think just using your phone works just fine, and it's pretty good. In terms of which camera I'm using a Fujifilm camera because I love the photo quality of the cameras. It gives fantastic looking photos, especially when you use recipes. Another device I've just been using a bit more to relax has been my speaker. So this is tied into my turntable. What I like about using a speaker is that you're able to fill your room with an ambient sound. It gives your room a really nice environment and it just gives good vibes. In terms of the speaker I'm personally using a Sonos Move. What I like about this speaker is that it's portable. So it can live on my shelf, but I can also bring it around the house, and I can bring it to places like the beach or the park if I wanted to listen to music out on the go. I think its sound quality is also fantastic, and it delivers a good amount of bass. Some other devices I've been using to relax more have been my lamps. I'm not a big fan of a big bluish and sterile overhead lights. I think it's not very good for relaxing, so I personally have been using lamps to give my room a certain ambience at night. I find that lamps from IKEA are pretty good. Having them with bulbs with color temperatures of around 2700 Kelvin is ideal because it just gives a warm, calming atmosphere, which is great for when you're winding down in the evening. One of the devices I've actually been using a lot more recently has been a normal watch. What I like about normal watches is that they just tell the time, and that's pretty much it. In the past, I used to have an Apple Watch, but I found it to be too distracting to use. I'd always be reaching for it, I'd always be playing around with it, and I'd be checking my calories, I'd always have to charge it, and it was always something I was worried about. But now with a normal watch, it just tells the time, and that's good enough for me, I think. I'm personally using a Casio A168W digital watch, and what I like about this watch is its retro aesthetic, and which looks pretty much timeless, and how cheap and durable it is. The last thing I wanted to share, which helps me to relax more, isn't actually a device. It's more just hobbies in general. I think that technology has a lot of benefits. You can't really solve doom scrolling by getting more devices. And I found that having physical hobbies just gives me a good way to spend my time spending it all on my phone. Some of my favorite hobbies include playing the piano, walking around with my camera, reading books, and seeing friends. And it just makes me feel more whole as a person. These activities just are really calming, and they facilitate actual relaxation instead of doom scrolling. And it just makes me feel more present, and life feels more memorable. Hopefully you found some new tech or ways to relax more. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.